from Tokyo. If you're just joining us, we're coming to you live for the TotalEnergies BWF World Championships 2022. Glorious day in the capital city of Japan. It's summer, so the sun's out. Lovely warm weather for everyone to enjoy. We're at the Tokyo Metropolitan Gymnasium, and it's day one of the World Championships. 3 matches down. We've got plenty more to go, but it's a big one that's coming up here on court 1. It's men's singles first round action between the number 4 seed, Chou Tien Chen, and India's Sai Praneeth, who was a bronze medalist here at the World Championships back in 2019. We see the players walk on to the court, get ready to get their campaign underway. Here's a look at the draw that the players are in. And the winner of this match will face the winner of the match between Howard Hsu and Jason Anthony Hoshu of Canada in the second round. Chou Tien Chen versus Sai Praneeth. It's their 5th meeting today. They've played 4 times before, and the Chinese Taipei shuttler has won all 4. The last meeting was back in 2018 at the India Open in the quarterfinals, when Chou Tien Chen beat Sai 21-15, 21-13. They've met at the World Championships before as well. That was back in 2017 in the round of 16. And that time, Chou Tien Chen won in 3 games, coming back from a game down to win the next 2. Will we see more of that today, or will it be a straightforward win for the number 4 seed, or will it be Sai Praneeth's day, as we haven't seen Sai Praneeth in action for some time, coming back from injury. 32 years of age, Chou Tien Chen, a stalwart on the World Tour from Taipei, in Chinese Taipei, has gone up to as high as number 2 in the world, currently ranked 4th. And he is making his 7th appearance here at the World Championships. First one back in 2013. Sai Praneeth, 30 years of age, currently ranked 20 in the world, from Andhra Pradesh in India. His highest ranking was number 10. That was back in 2019 when he got to the semi-finals of the World Championships, eventually losing to Kento Momota, who was a champion then. To talk us through this match and through the day later on is Steen Pedersen, former Denmark coach, who I'm sure is looking forward to this match as we see the officials being introduced. Trish Grubb of New Zealand and Simon Auman Fung will be officiating this match. Steen, it's going to be a fantastic clash, isn't it?
Well, it's going to be interesting to see what kind of shape Sai Praneeth is in, because in all honesty, since his World Championship bronze medal back in Basel in 19, he hasn't really made a whole lot of impact in the tournaments. So that's what I'm mainly interested to see, what kind of shape is he in, and can he at all challenge Chou?
Ready to play.
Yep, and of course Chou Tien Chen coming off a title win from Taipei, so he's kind of hitting his form at the right time ahead of this tournament.
Yeah, he is. He's had a lot of good performances at World Championships, but I don't think he's ever medaled. I think he's in a lot of quarterfinals.
4. Yeah.
And his only, as far as I recall, major medal was in Indonesia back in 2018 when he won the silver at the Asian Games. And it's not a player that we could totally write off in terms of medals, Chou Tien Chen, because he's really played some good badminton lately. He was in the final against Axelsen in the Indonesia Masters and won on home soil. So,
ladies and gentlemen, On my right, Chou Tien Chen, Chinese Taipei.
But his biggest win, in my opinion, the Indonesia Open back in, was it 2019? He won that tournament.
Anders Antonsen in the final.
Yeah, ending up lying next to each other on the floor, totally exhausted, both of them. Tumble tape, the first one there.
Service over. 1, love.
That's a nice cross-court smash from Sai Praneeth to get on the scoreboard. And he really has been troubled with illness and injury these last couple of years. Hasn't been able to replicate the form of 2019. Still looking to do that.
He's a player who relies a lot on accuracy and consistency, and of course if you are ill or injured, then you get a setback every time,
2, 1.
and then it's difficult.
You've got to reset again almost, don't you?
Yeah. Whilst all the others, they've been trying to improve, and that's also one of the interesting parts with this World Championship, that
2.
I think we, for the first time, have more or less all the players in the world here, with the pandemic not over, not at all, but still we don't have as many question marks in terms of practice. How much have players been able to practice? Have they been able to have a centralized training and stuff like that? So that's what we're going to get some answers to throughout this week
3,
here.
2. Change.
Well, Chou Tien Chen will be certainly looking to break that quarterfinal jinx you were mentioning, Steen. 4 quarterfinals in 7 appearances at the World Champs.
Yeah.
Hasn't gotten past it ever, and will be hoping this is the year.
Yeah, in the second quarter of the draw here, and it looks reasonable. It's always, I mean, people say, yeah, the draw, you got to just go with it, and sometimes you're lucky, sometimes not so much, but it does mean something if you play players that you're confident playing the playing style. That's a good smash on the line there from Chou. So if you can get through the first couple of matches, preserving self-confidence and so on, then you can start to build. You get acclimatized to the playing conditions, finding the lines better, and so on. So I definitely think it's important to sort of get over the first 2 matches without too much trouble.
Great smash right down the line. Lots of power in that as well.
And already now we can see that it's important for Sai Praneeth to get the accuracy and sort of get the initiative in the rallies. If he doesn't get that, then
5-4. Wipe the court, please.
he's often facing difficulties in terms of
Line judge, wipe the
movement on
court,
court.
please.
Not so strong in the defensive movements, Sai Praneeth.
We also think that coming up against someone like Chou, who's so fit on tour, and he's the one who's trying to make his way back from injury, that's going to be one of the factors in this match, the fitness level of Sai Praneeth and how fit he is to play all the way.
Yeah. And confidence level. So the tape so there. shot.
Just going wide there. He was under pressure, Chou Tien Chen. Sai Praneeth controlling that point.
Yeah, it's teased. Chou tricked him into trying to intercept there, but reasonably good shot quality. Wasn't part of India's Thomas Cup winning team, Sai Praneeth. That's a bit of a surprise when you know that he's secured a bronze medal in 2019, but as we mentioned, his form hasn't been the best since then.
He didn't even go to the Commonwealth Games.
No.
Didn't make that squad either.
No, but that's also a difficult squad to make because you only have like 10 players throughout all 5 categories. So that's more difficult actually than to make the Thomas Cup team. Perfect placement there. That's
Right
well done.
between the legs.
4.
And Chou has struggled to find the correct length here in the early stages of the first game. See, that's way too short.
So
And
it's
he's
over.
opened up the court
5.
Yeah.
for Chou Tien Chen to go cross court with his smash. Full stretch there, Sai Praneeth.
Yeah, that's the defensive footwork. That's not really his strongest side. It doesn't really move his right foot. Just throws himself at it.
But this is a good start from the Indian. This is exactly how he wanted to go.
Definitely. Good little deception from Chou. Does the trick, and Victoria Cow is satisfied.
She's the constant optimist in this pair. She's
I don't think you'll find
always
any
cheering
bigger
her.
optimist in the whole. I'm also pretty certain that she's holding the record amongst the coaches, physios, and so on for dash between the coach's chair and the kit boxes. She's really, really fast. She's a character.
That's good movement.
8-all.
Lightest of touches, going across the net. Sorry, going over the net. Chou Tien Chen. It's 8-all.
Oi, that's a beauty.
Oh.
Excellent deception
So it's
and
over.
just crawling over the top of the tape.
Just look at look how tight it was.
With deception, you can see Chou is already moved backwards, so it didn't have to be that sharp. He was not going to get it anyway.
Great exchange, and Chou Tien Chen again out-muscling his opponent in the end.
9-all.
Well, you've got to say that he's one of those players who, you know, has a certain way of playing, a certain style, Chou Tien Chen, and he tends to stick to it a lot.
Yeah, but I would actually like to see him take more control in the rallies, because sometimes he's content just sort of reacting to his opponent's game. And I think it makes things a bit more difficult for him. He's an extremely powerful player, in good shape.
He's taking the lead here by a point at a crucial time as they head towards the mid-game break.
Oh, that's a
great reaction. Flick of the backhand from Chou Tien Chen means he's up by 2 at the break. 11-9. He was trailing 4-8 at one point, and he's turned it around to lead at the mid-game break. 10 minutes played in this first game.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
The players back on court to resume the first game. It's been a close one. We've seen the lead exchanged a couple of times.
11-9. Play.
It's about whether Sai Praneeth now can get back in it, level the scores.
I think it's going to be difficult because it seems like Chou has settled in here. Started out playing a bit too short. I think there's some drift alongside the court, and I think Chou was playing up against the drift, or is playing up against the drift as of now, playing the far side of the court, and that means that he needs to push his shots a little bit extra to get the correct length. It should benefit Sai Praneeth a little bit when they change ends.
Oh, he completely missed that one.
Yeah, clever done by Sai Praneeth, lifting very, very high, so the shuttle came down from the ceiling, which makes it really hard to get the timing right, especially here in the early stages of a tournament. Not like the players haven't played here, and this is the arena that was used for Japan Open up until 2017, and I guess both of these two players have played here previously, but it doesn't really matter. You still need a match or two to settle in well. See, short again, and Praneeth barely touches it, and it goes long. So he's playing with the drift at the moment, and that means he can't push his shots to Chou's back line as much as he would like to. But that's going to change when they change ends after the first game.
Well, the word on the street is that it's slightly slower playing conditions anyways overall in this arena. Yeah,
but definitely here on court 1 there's also different wind conditions because in some of the corners on the outer courts, court 3 and court 4, the drift is different. But here on court 1, I definitely think that there's some drift alongside the court, and it affects the play. We saw the match with Ginting losing the first game against Igordinho from Brazil, and that was, I mean, he couldn't control his long shots. Ginting.
Yeah, it was. He couldn't find his lines at all in that one.
In the first game.
Yeah.
And then, of course, it's opposite in the second.
15.
Good smash.
This is a big test for Sai Praneeth. I mean, when you trying to make your way back on tour, haven't had the best 2022 so far. He's got a 2-8 win-loss record this season. It's not been the kind of season he'd want to come and play the World Champs.
That's one of the interesting things to see if he's going to lose this first game, which I would think he might do. Then does he have the confidence to think, okay, now I'm playing the better side in terms of my game and playing style, I can still come back, or has the defeat sort of gotten to him? It's going wide. Wow, it also went. No, it was called in on the long line, but it looked
16,
much longer than I
11.
anticipated.
Let's look at where it lands.
That was definitely in on the back line.
Yeah. But I guess this is where a coach's role will play a big part
11.
when they change sides, trying to get him to believe that he's got the advantage once he switches sides.
Yeah, the problem is that, I mean, we're probably going to see Chou also change his playing style a little bit. Oh, that's a challenge.
Chou Tien Chen challenges called out.
I'm not saying it's a wrong call, I'm just saying it's worth the challenge, because I'm sitting directly over that line, and I definitely think it's close to being good.
On the line, maybe?
Yeah, or catching a little bit of it. I wouldn't bet my house that it's good, but yeah, that's exactly what I thought.
Yeah, it's more in than out.
Correction in.
It's a good challenge from Chou Tien Chen. Now just 3 points away from taking this first game. He's opened up a 7-point lead, which is a good gap.
And 114 over the last 17 points.
That's in.
Service over.
Well placed.
12-18.
It's going on as well.
Service over.
It's
19-12.
also hard to sort of try and pull yourself back, try and rein yourself in. You know you're playing, you know, with the drift.
Yeah, because it's, I mean, if you're a more attacking player, it would be easier because it would suit your playing style. Like a player like Lee Chuk-yu, who can play the winner of this match later on in the tournament if he progresses. But he's a much more attacking player. He would love to play sort of attack and follow up at the net. But for Sai Praneeth, who relies a lot on accuracy, it's
20 game point.
It's devastating.
13.
So 7 game points here for Chou Tien Chen. And a chance to take a big advantage.
Service over. 14-20.
Well, a surprisingly casual return on the serve from Chou Tien Chen there.
15-20.
Oh,
game.
what a way to
First game won by Chou Tien Chen.
lose the game on the service error. And it is Chou Tien Chen who takes it 21-15. 18 minutes played. Fairly comfortable win in that first game for the number 4 seed. And the work is all for Sai Praneeth to do now as they change ends. But unfortunate way to end that game for the Indian shuttler.
పోయచ్చు దొరకకపోతే 10-10:30 పోయచ్చు అప్పుడు లేదంటే వాడికి ఏదైనా రిపీట్ 2 సెకండ్లు స్టార్ట్ చేయి హై ఇచ్చిన పర్ల స్టార్ట్ ఫస్ట్ అయిన తర్వాత స్టార్ట్ మళ్ళీ రిటర్న్ ఇస్తున్నా రిటర్న్కి కాకపోతే రన్ పెట్టు కాన్ఫిడెంట్గా జస్ట్ పెట్టు అక్కడి నుంచి ఉంటుంది కొట్టేసుకో
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
Well, game 2 about to get underway. Chou Tien Chen having taken the first one, 21-15.
Second game.
We'll be looking to wrap this up
Love all.
into.
Play.
But a change of ends means maybe a change of tactics for Sai Praneeth now. Big smash. Right up down the line there.
1. Love.
Shot.
Mix it up well.
1. All.
Sai Praneeth choosing for the slower shot in the end. But you almost feel that sometimes with Chou Tien Chen, the shot making is a bit too easy, too casual.
Yeah. Great play.
That's much better.
2.
Yeah.
1. Wipe the court, please.
That one going across the court.
And that's
Chou
the-
was nowhere near, so
No, and that's the problem for Chou in this game here when he plays with the drift, playing the fast side here. So his lifts and clears to the back line of Sai Praneeth cannot be played with too much confidence, and that often results in that you're playing too short and then your opponent attacking at you. That was a good one.
that's
play.
much better. That is really well
Service over.
maneuvered by Chou Tien Chen.
All.
And one of the things, a couple of things could happen here. That Chou gets a lead of 3 to 5 points and believes that he can finish this in straight games. The other thing that might happen is that Sai Praneeth is going neck to neck or even taking a lead, and if he does that, I think we'll see Chou sort of conserve energy for a third game. Playing this near side of the court where
Service
you
over.
play with the
3,
drift requires a
2.
lot of energy if you're going to play it the right way. And it's easier just to do it for half a game than a full game. You might risk spending too much energy and losing the game anyway.
That's where strategy comes into play.
That was one of the loose shots that you mentioned.
Great
Good
play.
shot. Not the hardest of smashes, but
5,
the placement,
2.
the quality of the accuracy, the quality of the shot. That just does the trick.
Yeah, and he
There's no use
turns.
in
He just turns the racket a
Yeah.
little bit, gets the angle on it.
no reason to hit it any harder and be a little bit more inaccurate, and maybe Chou can react to it. This is exactly what Sai Praneeth was hoping for. A chance to control the rallies.
6-2.
You think that as the rally progresses, Chou Tien Chen becomes a little bit more careless with his shot making.
And it's really important for the players. I don't know if they're not listening to what we are saying, but it's really important for them to have good shot quality.
Oh, that was well intercepted at the net from Chou.
3-6.
Just pouncing on that in the end there, killing off the point. He will be wary about getting the lead or the gap too big, Chou Tien Chen.
Yeah, definitely. And here we saw a smash that stopped a little bit short of the defensive stance of Sai Praneeth. He really got to move his defense forward because it's a little bit more unlikely that Chou will clear than it was in the first game.
5-6.
Got to have the initiative. That's a good net shot that sets it up for Chou Tien Chen.
Yeah, we saw Ginting use a lot of that in the earlier game, especially in the second and third, where he pulled his opponent close to the net and then set it up.
So important to be able to control the net. Here, Sai Praneeth has the advantage that he can play these shots here. The flat pushes to the back corners.
7.
So he can keep Chou guessing, where if Chou plays the same, it's a little bit more difficult because he's playing with the drift. Excellent.
Absolutely
8,
went for it, Sai Praneeth.
5.
It's kind of loose there from Chou with that forehand, but Sai Praneeth was well aware and killed off the point.
Service over. 6-8.
And you just think that if Chou Tien Chen just stays with, he doesn't have to right now go and take the lead, but just stays within touching distance, right?
Yeah, exactly. Then he will be dangerous towards the end of the game. So Sai Praneeth needs to get himself a little cushion. But on the other hand, it might give him a better chance of actually winning the match that they play a long second game, because in an eventual third game he will finish on the side he's playing right now.
The advantageous side.
Yes, and we would then see Chou definitely change his playing style to the more aggressive. But if he's sort of spending too much energy here in the second game, that could better the chances for Sai Praneeth if he's able to force a decider.
Well, that was great recovery skills from Chou Tien Chen in that point. He is a physically fit player. It's, you know, has a lot of energy.
That's putting it mildly.
Has a lot of energy. He does not let up easily.
No.
He goes for, you know, he goes running around the court if he needs to.
And also this ability to change the pace, to suddenly pick up speed if the chance is there. I mean, basically he can jump to the back line corners from the middle if needed. The problem is how many times in a row can he do it. Good job by Sai Praneeth.
9-7.
2-point lead. The Indian staying ahead just about. It's going long.
Yeah, I understand that challenge. We're not in a good position, but that looked like one you want to get a second opinion on.
Yep. it'll be important for Sai to...
Wow, that's a
Well
very, very
Correction. Out.
bad line call.
It looked like it was going long, and it has, and Sai Praneeth
10-7.
pretty sure knew that. But it'll be important for him to go into
Play.
that break
Yeah,
with the lead, right?
Now, if he wins the next shot, the next rally, it's 4-point lead.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it would be 8-9.
What a difference
Service
that
over.
would have made. But
8-10.
you've seen Chou Tien Chen time and again in his matches come back from positions where he's trailing, where he's almost out. He has that sense of belief in him. He does it. Sai Praneeth takes the lead at the mid-game break, 11-8. He stays ahead of his higher-ranked opponent. And 12 minutes played in the second game. It is India's Sai Praneeth who's 11-8 up.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
Players back on court. We
11-8.
get ready to resume game 2
Play.
with Sai Praneeth up ahead by 3 points.
Got off easy there, Sai Praneeth. When he was turning to the backhand side there, Chou needed to be much more alert on the front court. It's really difficult for Sai to play it with the backhand all the way to the back line of Chou playing up against the drift. So it's these small advantages you've got to pick up on.
You got to make the most of it, right?
Yeah.
Lovely. Oh, just out.
Service over.
Yeah, but
That's the right idea.
12.
I think it was called by the line judge on the opposite side of the court. Well, that was because it stayed on that side.
Yeah, it stayed on that side.
Service over. 13-9.
4-point lead. Still ahead. And when do you think is that decision that Chou Tien Chen will make? Well, we're just going to go for a third.
Well, I'm not sure that he will make that decision now, but I think he's already invested so much, and he's still within
10,
touching distance.
13.
Yeah.
So I think he's just going to go for it. And if he feels in good shape, I really like that, because I mean, if you can avoid a 3-game match, anything can happen in the third game.
Yeah.
You can be unlucky. The opponent can hit 3 net courts, or you just miss the lines and so on, and suddenly you're struggling, and the World Championship could be over before it's begun.
And also that entire advantage you have being 1 game up, all of that, you know, that is gone. It's wiped clean. You're back to square one.
You're actually a little bit behind in terms of momentum and expectations for the third game, where you're finishing on presumably worst side. Good job.
Oh, beautiful.
Very tactically aware is Sai Praneeth.
11.
Doesn't have the same physical skills as some of his opponents, but tactically
He thought out that point well.
very strong. Yeah.
Just look at the way.
And also adjusted well and taking the chance when it's there. It's so easy to become a little bit too passive on the far side of the court because you feel like, hey, I can play the back line with accuracy, but it's not the right plan. The right plan is to look for the chance and then attack, because otherwise your opponent will.
Lovely from Chou Tien Chen. Patient play. He absorbed
12-14.
Sai Praneeth's attack initially and then turned it around, found the line right at the end there.
Good net play. Oi, fantastic. Read it.
This is a great rally. Oh, just missing that.
Amazing rally. So far, best of the match, in my opinion. Those net exchanges mid-rally where both players refused to give in.
And just look at the movement, look at the footwork, back and front. Sai Praneeth comes out on top at an important stage in this game, that too, I might add.
Because we're getting close to the time of the match where the self-confidence and the shot quality of Sai Praneeth is being challenged, being a game down and getting closer to the finish line here in the second game. Boy, that's a lovely
16,
point to
12.
see go your way when you're Sai Praneeth.
Yeah. It worked out really well for him there, Sai Praneeth. And he's restored his 4-point lead.
Yeah, and a really important point coming up now. Good shot.
Brilliant.
Fantastic shot.
Going for the cross-court jump smash there, Sai Praneeth. As you mentioned, it's not about power, it's about accuracy, it's about placement. And he
that's
used
exactly
the court
the
well.
margin you would want to play with. Even if he misses a little bit, it still stays in. A loose shot from Chou, and now I actually think he's resigned a little bit here in this second game.
And you can see that he's knows that it's getting away from him a little bit.
Service over. 13-18.
And what is a Chou Tien Chen match without 3 games?
Yeah, he plays a lot of 3-game matches.
That is good attacking play from Chou Tien Chen.
14,
He's
18.
put a fair bit of aggression in that shot. Brilliant.
And it's the attack from Chou that's not good enough.
14.
It's something in between a hard smash and a steep smash, and it became actually none of either of them, and sort of sold him out.
Allowed Sai Praneeth back into that point. Well, that's gone long and sets up 6 game points for Sai Praneeth to level the match here, to push this to a decider.
Yeah, and I think Sai Praneeth has been more aware of how to play these playing conditions here so far in the match.
15-20.
In the first game, Chou got the right length on his shots and eventually prevailed. But I think Sai Praneeth is totally aware of what's going on and how he's going to go about in a third game. We're going to see him attack a lot more when he's going to play the near side of the court here, I think.
He ends it with a smash. Sai Praneeth
Second game at 1.
takes the second game 21-15. And we will go into a third here in this men's singles matchup. We've had 39 minutes of play, and it's one game apiece between Chou Tien Chen and Sai Praneeth.
పైన వెళ్తే పక్కన పుష్ చేస్తుంది ఎందుకంటే ఆ పాయింట్స్కి లాకంటే నీటి పోతుంది ఫస్ట్ కూడా లేదంటే లేజీ కలిసిపోతే ఎలా ఆడుతుంది
Players back on court for game number 3 in this men's singles match between Chou Tien Chen and Sai Praneeth.
Love all.
And now it will be about who makes the most of this start. That will be crucial.
Oi.
He left it.
Service over.
You thought it was going out clearly.
1. Love.
He was right there.
Hopefully we get it from the... it would be nice to see it from the net count. Good lift.
He knows he's got to take as big a lead as possible now in this first half of this game.
Exactly, and I like the fact that he's trying to go for the initiative. Chou, there's going to be a lot of battle at the net, hopefully, and because otherwise, if he's not going for the initiative, then we're going to see Sai Praneeth, even though it's not his preferred style of play, he's going to attack because that's the way to do it when you're playing this near side.
That's just the way we would have wanted.
No, I think he started the rallies, this last rally well, 2 pushes to the backcourt. In the service situation, you have a good chance of moving your opponent, controlling your own shots, you're in full balance, but it becomes more difficult when you're inside the rally. Oi, fantastic smash.
We know he has the power and the muscle to outplay anyone, Chou Tien Chen, if he can. It's just about the consistency of the rest of his shot making.
Yeah, but also the... sometimes I think he's just enjoying himself in there and playing a little bit what he feels like. And And that's okay, but he might be up against opponents who's got a plan with every rally. And I'm not sure he has. Beautiful shot. Look at the windscreen wiper there.
1-4.
Slices his final kill at the net a little bit.
Well, certainly caught Chou out. He rushed there a bit, Sai Praneeth.
Yeah, and he did the right thing.
You can see his coach having a word with him on the sidelines.
Yeah, because he's doing the right thing, but he's still losing points, so that's the problem.
And this is where maybe competitive match practice and confidence and, you know, all that comes into play.
Yeah, but also the sort of speed of movement and so on. Chou has a little bit better equipment to play that attacking style. And right now he's hitting everything right. So that's very positive from a Chinese Taipei perspective.
Yeah, you definitely feel like he's got a steel up here, Chou Tien Chen. Really feeling his game at the moment.
I feel that Praneeth needs to get to at least seven or more to stand a chance. What happened there? Some of the lights went out.
Service over. 2-7.
I heard the word control in there from Siadat, his coach.
Thank you. Thank you.
You feel that at the moment it's all going the way Chou Tien Chen wants, because a big start here will put him in a very comfortable position after the break.
Good shot.
3-7.
See, Chou was waiting there. Got a good flat lift to the backhand side. Controlled the length perfectly. Sai Praneeth.
He was at full stretch there, Chou Tien Chen, but
Service over.
got the angle on that smash.
And also attacking the serve a little bit, putting pace into his return and sort of challenging Sai. Oh, you lucky.
9-3.
Luck favors the brave.
Yeah, exactly.
And just got the shuttle over the net there, clipping the rope.
Playing with a whole different intensity, Chou.
Yeah, we saw towards the latter half of that second game, he kind of had slowed down,
9.
Yeah.
maybe conserving energy, knowing that that was the direction this match was going into, a third game.
I think around 16-12, 17-12, he felt like, okay, I'm not going to win this game here. I need a lead.
And that's exactly what he needs to do here. He just needs to keep attacking, keep playing his aggressive shots, not going into too long a rally, allowing Sai a look in. 6-point lead now for Chou Tien Chen.
Service over. 5-10.
Sai Praneeth having to think his way through this game a little bit. He's got to make inroads sort of diffuse the situation if possible. Oh, that was close.
That was
Oh
not good.
That looked like
That was
interval change ends. Praneeth, are you all right?
It's obvious he's not.
full stretch there.
The hamstring.
Yeah. Completely was almost on a split. That's what it was looking like, that he was going to go for a split, but oh.
The thing is, he gets up on the heel cap there. There's two things there. The hamstring, as we change ends, so he can have a little bit of stretching here. But the hamstring is a problem, but if nothing's serious has happened to that, then the heel of the shoe has also sort of hit his Achilles, and that's really, really painful. Luckily, very rarely it's a match-ending injury, but he could have trouble if he is to play the day after tomorrow, or even tomorrow.
You can see he's stretching it out still on the court. Sai Praneeth. But look at that. It was fully stretched until the point where he couldn't control his posture anymore. And we'll see whether he feels the effects of that as we get this third game underway. A little bit frustrated with that, giving Chou that much allowance.
Yeah, now it seems difficult for Sai Praneeth, because I mean, obviously his right leg is not feeling absolutely optimal.
Well, you'd mentioned earlier that he needed to get to about 7 before the break, but
anything
about
can
there.
happen.
Yeah.
But a rule of thumb.
Praneeth, show who where. Center. Yes, you may tell.
The thing is that we expect Chou to play better here now in the third game than he did in the second.
Yeah, this change of ends and how he manages it.
Yeah.
Big smash from Sai Praneeth.
12.
And that's the way he hopes that it will continue. Sai Praneeth, again, the very good cross smash from his backhand side. It's almost always a cross smash when he leaps in the air, the Indian. It's wide. Yeah, it's called good, but there's a challenge.
Challenge called in.
I saw it as wide, but line judge in a better position.
Well, the last time round didn't quite go the line judge's way, but
yeah, it did this time.
Clipped it there.
Challenge unsuccessful. One challenge remaining.
A sigh of relief for Chou Tien Chen as he maintains a decent lead in this third game.
Play.
Good shot. Oh, that's a fantastic play by Sai Praneeth.
Service over.
Completely controlled that point.
13.
Yeah, and he had a cross-court recovery shot in the middle that sort of changed it around, because he was training a little bit in the early stages.
Men's singles. From Singapore. Playing against
Can't afford too many of those, because we can see that Chou has not an easy time scoring points at the moment. He's really struggling to find the points, and this is where I feel that sometimes he actually could need a coach. However good it is to have Victoria Cow on the coaching chair, maybe an extra person there, because there's some skills or some strategy that's just good to execute in these situations. That's one of them. Playing a little bit deception at the net, but not leaving that one.
Challenges called in.
I don't think he'll win that one, Chou.
It's a lot to expect, you know, for a player in the middle of a match to try and think through and strategize all the time.
And sort of keep track of what is the maximum important thing right now. I totally get the idea that sometimes the coaches can be a disturbance as well, because when you're sitting there at the chair, you want so much to help, you want so much to be a part of the victory. Sometimes you become a part of the loss instead, which you want nothing to do with, and the players have to explain themselves and so on. But so a good relationship between player and coach, I think that can add a little bit to the overall playing strengths.
He had him.
Service over.
Unfortunately, the net came in the way for Sai Praneeth.
But I actually think Chou would have gotten to that one. He's alert to the crosses. He should be alert to the crosses by now.
Well, we've come to a stage in the game where Sai Praneeth needs to make some quick moves, get some points in the...
No, I don't agree on that.
Thank you.
Because I think it will lead to this. I think it will lead to mistakes.
Okay.
I think he needs to maintain his patience. His best friend is Chou not being able to score points. That will give him the opportunity, and then I agree, like you say, he's got to be ready to take it. But he cannot go for quick winners, because I don't think that's his style. I think it will backfire.
Yeah.
He's going to play good badminton, and then if early winners materialize, then that's fine. But otherwise, we play the next shot with good quality, and the next and the next.
That was
16-9.
He tried to recover well with that round the back shot, but Chou was ready for it either ways.
Oi, that's a big miss.
Service over.
But he got some to spare, some points to spare now. Chou.
Boy, Sai Praneeth will also be counting on the fact that it'll be in Chou's head that the, you know, finish line is quite near, maybe.
Yeah.
And then he might want to make his shots.
Basically, sort of give the attitude that you've given in, but you really haven't.
Yeah.
And hope for a couple of loose points, but I don't think he will get them.
B challenges called in.
I think Chou earned a lot of this with the start in the third game. That was a really, really good start on the opposite side of the court by the man from Chinese Taipei.
He had like a 7-point lead at one stage early on. Just in.
Challenge unsuccessful.
You can't believe it.
No.
Sai Praneeth.
No challenges remaining.
That is
Service over.
accuracy at its best, or lucky, whichever way you want to see it.
10.
I tend to go with the luck. That's well played.
And he's going to take advantage of that.
18.
Chou Tien Chen.
Yeah.
Change.
8-point lead now. 3 points away from securing victory here.
Everything goes
19-10.
Chou's way.
Service over.
Well played.
11,
Good return from
19.
Sai, going behind Chou Tien Chen that time. Costly mistake
Service
there.
over.
And
20.
it's Chou Tien
Match
Chen
point.
who
11.
sets up 9 match points here. 20-11. Chinese Taipei's Chou looking to close this out on the first chance, of course.
Service over. White court, please.
Can you just
12-20. White court, please.
know that it's a matter of time now, isn't it?
Yeah, I think we're in what in American football they call it garbage time. That's when the match is decided, but there's still time left to play, and there's still rallies to play. How many, we don't know, but I think the match is decided in favor of Chou.
But Sai Praneeth will be encouraged a little bit from this outing.
I think so. I think he's done well. It's some of the best I've seen him play for a long, long while. And
13-20.
shouldn't write him off totally.
Yeah.
I've seen stranger things, but it's a very slim chance still.
He certainly has the quality. There you go. It's being challenged by Chou. It's
Challenges called
in.
in.
He kind of left it there at the end, Chou Tien Chen, thinking it would go out. And would it be the challenge that decides its fate? It is in.
Yeah.
Challenge unsuccessful. No challenges remaining. 14-20.
6 match points still
Play.
for Chou. Well, this is good play. It's a good response.
15.
Under immense pressure, Sai Praneeth has done well here. Five more. Can he create 5 more winners? He does it. Chou Tien Chen seals victory at 21-15. He books his place in the second round after a challenging outing. He was pushed all the way by Sai Praneeth, but comes through in the end in over an hour. 21-15, 15-21, 21-15. 64 minutes played, and Chou Tien Chen comes out on top. But he was, for sure, pushed all the way. Even at the end, Sai Praneeth did not give up, which was good to see. He'll be happy with that, Chou. It's killing off the point. Big chair and fist bump as he secures victory. So Chou Tien Chen walks off victorious in this first round encounter. And awaiting him will be one of Howard Chou or Jason Anthony Chou in the second round.
Oh.
Selfies and fan autographs. He's a popular figure, Chou Tien Chen. Very nice guy. On and off the court. It's unsurprising to see that the fans love him. But coming up next, it's mixed doubles action, and Antran, along with William Villager of France, take on Kyohei Yamashita and Naru Shinoya.